people are dead in southern Russia after a bus fell into the Black Sea. Reporter Alex Loon is in Moscow. Speaking over Skype, he says the casualty count has kept rising.
A bus carrying workers plunged off the pier into the Black Sea near the place where Russia is building a bridge to Crimea. These were reportedly workers building a pier for an oil and gas company. There's a lot of offshore drilling happening in the Black Sea.
North Carolina lawmakers are again reversing Governor Roy Cooper's effort to block legislation. The State House on Thursday overrode 2 more Cooper vetoes. It was lights, camera, action for Governor Cooper on Thursday. The governor was in Hampstead near Wilmington to tour the set of the TNT show Good Behavior. He told WCAB News,
"Clearly we need to invest more, and we need to make sure that we signal to the film industry that this is going to be a stable source of funding."
The Greenville North State All-Stars are a win away from securing a spot in Sunday's international title game. The team's pitching staff has almost been unhittable through 3 games in Williamsport. WITN Sports Director Billy Weaver tells NCN News,
19 years ago, a team from Greenville, the Tar Heel Little League, came up here and won a couple of games, but didn't get nearly as far.
You're listening to NCN News.
Hello, North Carolina. Geico presents things that'll make you feel good.
A penguin can jump as high as 6 feet in the air. That's nearly a dunk. Something else to make you feel good. Geico's been offering great savings and service for over 75 years and has a 97% customer satisfaction rating. And that satisfying coverage isn't just for your car. The Geico Insurance Agency can help you insure your home, apartment, and condo. And Geico offers motorcycle, RV, and boat insurance. You know what else will make you feel good? In Providence, Rhode Island, every night skyscrapers and tugboats blink their lights on and off to wish kids in a children's hospital good night. And Geico is the 2nd largest auto insurer in the country. So breathe easy. We've got your back. Plus, you might be able to save even more money because Geico could help you find savings like military or federal discounts. And Geico offers emergency roadside service.
So, North Carolina, contact Geico online at geico.com. You'll feel better after you do.
The state of Florida executes an inmate on death row using an anesthetic that had never before been used in a lethal injection in the United States. Michelle Glady is a spokeswoman for the Florida Department of Corrections. She says there were no complications.
The foremost objective of the lethal injection procedure is a humane and dignified process. The Department of Corrections follows the law to carry out the sentence of the court as laid out in Florida statute, which is what was done this evening.
53-year-old Marcus A. was found guilty of killing 2 men. One was a 34-year-old black man, and the other was a 26-year-old man of mixed white and Hispanic descent. Police are trying to figure out who pulled the trigger in a deadly shooting in northwest Charlotte. Thursday afternoon, the city's 60th homicide of the year. Police say that the man was shot and died at the scene. His name has not been released. It is a pretty safe bet that some people, either by disregard or accident, observed Monday's solar eclipse by looking directly at the sun with their eyes unprotected. Dr. Raviv Shah is an assistant professor of ophthalmology at Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center and tells NCN News since retinas lack pain fibers, no pain will occur if eyes have suffered damage.
The back of the eye is called the retina. It's the wallpaper that lines the inner cavity, and the retina doesn't have any pain fibers. And the level of injury, which happens during these eclipse events with a lot of intense light, is such that it can take time to really form damage.
Tomorrow night's planned fight between Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather Jr. has some doctors worried. CBS News correspondent Gary Nunn reports.
Chief concern by more than 100 ringside doctors is that McGregor is overmatched by Mayweather, considered the best fighter of his generation. McGregor, a mixed martial arts champ, will be in his first professional boxing match. The physician who heads the organization focused on preserving fighter safety.
Today's hits and yesterday's memories, WCAB Rutherfordton. From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. The sound of the wind and the waves at Surfside Beach, just south of Galveston, Texas. ABC's Jim Ryan has more on Hurricane Harvey from Corpus Christi.
Texas hasn't taken a direct hit from a hurricane since 2008, but Corpus Christi has been dodging bullets since 1970. And people who were here then still remember Hurricane Celia.
Oh, it's just terrible winds and rain. The glass on the windows, you just figured it's going to break any time.
Douglas Grant survived Celia 47 years ago, and he's taking no chances with Harvey.
Board it up. Try to. That's all you can do.
Celia killed 15 people. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Corpus Christi.
There are some mandatory evacuations in place for some of those who live between Corpus Christi and Galveston. Further inland, heavy rains are expected in San Antonio, even up into Austin. Rhoda De Jesus is in San Antonio. She says she didn't get ready until the last minute.
At first, I wasn't really worried about it until everyone at work was like talking about it. So that's why I'm just preparing everything, getting some food, and just in case, some flashlights.
A lot of stores are selling out of those supplies. The White House says President Trump is getting updates on the hurricane. This morning he is tweeting that Senate Republicans need to get rid of the filibuster rule. ABC's Karen Travers has more from the White House.
President Trump spends his day behind closed doors, getting his daily intelligence briefing and later meeting with Secretary of State Rex Tillerson. The president and First Lady leave for Camp David this afternoon. This is only the second weekend Mr. Trump has spent at the rustic presidential retreat in Maryland. After his visit in June, he called Camp David a very special place and said the military runs it well. Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
House Speaker Paul Ryan says Congress will pass legislation to raise the debt ceiling and pay the nation's debts. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell also says it will happen. The president threatening a government shutdown this week if Congress can't find a way to pay for the border wall. You're listening to ABC News.
Prices are for base buildings only. Do not include windows, doors, or accessories. The economic recovery we've all been waiting for is finally here. Stocks are soaring, and construction spending across America has been on the rise. If you've been waiting to build, the time is now. Whether you want to expand your business or you want to build a new garage, call General Steel today at 888-98 Steel. Our metal building kits bolt together quickly and are custom designed for your needs. For example, a 40x60 is a great space for an auto shop, RV and camper storage, or 3-car garage. And if you call General Steel today, it's on sale now for under $25,000. Or imagine a 50x100 clear span building for under $40,000. Suitable for the booming warehousing industry, manufacturing facilities, or a church sanctuary. That's 5,000 square feet for $8 or less per foot. Call 888-98 Steel. 888-98 Steel. With construction in high demand, this special pricing won't last long. Call to lock your building price today. Call 888-98 Steel. That's 888-987-8335.
Shock in Charleston as police say a disgruntled employee at an upscale South Carolina restaurant shot and killed his boss, then took a person inside that restaurant hostage.
Around 1:15 noon at Virginia's in the heart of Charleston's busy entertainment district, police say a former dishwasher came back looking for his old boss and then shot and killed the executive chef. At 12:21, the police arrived with SWAT teams, dogs, and snipers on rooftops.
The suspect is currently on scene at 412 King Street.
The gunman was still inside, holding one person hostage and telling everyone else to get on the floor and crawl out the restaurant. The standoff ended around 2:30 p.m. when police say they shot and critically wounded the gunman.
That's ABC's Steve Osinsami. Mavis Wanzik, the Chicopee, Massachusetts woman who won more than $750 million playing Powerball, says she will quit her job as she figures out what to do with all that money. Will she move? Because ABC's Daria Albinger says where a woman lives has a lot to do with how successful she is.
We've come a long way, baby. Or have we?
Women only make up about a quarter of executive and senior level officials and managers. They only hold about 20% of board seats. Only 6% are CEOs.
A day ahead of Women's Equality Day, Wallet Hub's Jill Gonzalez says some states are doing more than others in trying to level the playing field, and these states top the list.
Washington State at number 5, Minnesota number 4, Illinois number 3, then Nevada at 2nd, and Hawaii at number 1.
Daria Albinger, ABC News.
This is ABC News.
Are you more than $10,000 in debt? Don't let the credit card companies bully you anymore. There are programs in place to help you get free of your debt, and you don't have to pay the entire amount you owe. Get free of credit card debt, signature loans, department store cards, internet loans, and medical bills. Total Financial Freedom has helped thousands. They're A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, too. Don't go bankrupt. You'll have the right to settle your debt for a mere fraction of what you owe. Call Total Financial now at 866-844-73.
You know, Oakland Feed and Seed, Oakland Road in Spindale, has been part of the family for years. Your granddad, your dad, and now this generation is depending on the great inventory, excellent service, and better pricing. Listen to some of these items we need probably right about now. 10-10-10 fertilizer, $9.50 a bag. Dog food, fire and ant killer in spray and granular. Flea and tick prevention, carpenter bee traps, weed killer, and so much more. Go see Scott and his team today at 770 Oakland Road, Spindale, and keep the family tradition going. Well, those ants, fire ants are out crazy out there, aren't they? Go see Scott over there and get some of that stuff that'll kill them. Wipe them away at Oakland Feed and Seed. 5 minutes after 7.
Friday's finally here, and the weather looks pretty good for the upcoming weekend. We'll have partly sunny skies today. It'll be warm with highs in the lower to middle 80s. A couple of spotty sprinkles will be possible today. Overnight tonight, partly cloudy and mild. Low temperatures tonight get down into the lower to middle 60s, and then partly cloudy to mostly sunny on Saturday. It will be another warm day with high temperatures in the low to mid 80s. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
If you wanted a nice, comfortable night for high school football Friday night, you've got it tonight, around 64. We're at 63 right now, so ever how it feels out there right now, that's pretty much how it's going to be tonight for high school football Friday night. Meanwhile, we're getting up to about 82 today, and 81 on Saturday, 81 on Sunday, and 79 on Monday. The humidity is down, too, so it's going to be pretty comfortable this weekend. Welcome to the morning wake-up call, hour number 2. We've got a lot to pack in this hour. Let's get going right now. We have these death announcements. Spencer Allen, age 78, of Sandy Mush, died Wednesday. Services to honor Spencer's life will be announced at a later date. Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Services has been entrusted with the arrangements for Harold Spencer Allen of Sandy Mush. Michael Wilkerson, age 60, of Rutherfordton, died Tuesday at Hospice House. The family will be holding a memorial service at a later date, and McMahon's Funeral Home and Cremation Service in charge of the arrangements for Michael Wilkerson. David Stanley Ballard, age 84, of Forest City, passed away Tuesday at his residence. The funeral service will be conducted at 2 o'clock today at Fellowship Baptist Church, with Reverend Terry White and Reverend Matt Sparks officiating. Burial will follow in the church cemetery. At other times, they will be at the family residence. Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Services has been entrusted with the arrangements for David Stanley Ballard. Gregory Philip Putnam, 53, of Rutherfordton, passed away Tuesday after an extended illness. A memorial service will be held at 2 o'clock in the afternoon today at Paget and King Chapel, with Reverend Dr. Bobby Gant and Reverend Chris Fox officiating. Visitation will follow the memorial service at the mortuary. Paget and King Mortuary and Crematory is in charge of the memorial service for Gregory Philip Putnam. Mildred Jean Waters Parker, age 70, of Spindale, died August 21st at Spartanburg Regional Medical Center. Funeral services will be held 3 p.m. today at Fellowship Holiness Church, with Reverend Leon Brown and Reverend Chad Sisk officiating. The family will receive friends from 1:30 until 3 in the sanctuary of the church. Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of Mildred Jean Waters Parker. Della H. Moore, age 85, of Ellenboro, passed away Thursday. The funeral service will be conducted at 11:30 on Saturday at the Harrelson Funeral Chapel, with Reverend Neil Murray, Reverend Jack Crane, and Reverend Paul Toney officiating. Burial will follow in Corinth Baptist Church Cemetery. The family will receive friends 1 hour prior to the service time at the funeral home. Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Services has been entrusted with the arrangements for Della H. Moore. Helen Miller Davis, age 78, of Rutherfordton, passed away Monday, August 21st at hospice. Services will be held 3 p.m. Saturday at Crow's Mortuary, with Dr. Don Schofield officiating. Family will receive friends 1 hour prior to the service, and burial will be private. Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of Helen Millard Davis. Katie Silver Blanton, 81, of Forest City, passed away Tuesday at Rutherford Regional Medical Center. The memorial service will be held 10:30 Saturday at Crow's Funeral Chapel in Rutherfordton. Crow's assisting the family of Katie Silver Blanton. Mr. Tyson Kyle Guy, age 96, died Wednesday, August 23rd, while being cared for at Tucker Hospice House in Kannapolis. Funeral services will be held 2 p.m. Tuesday, August 29th at Crow's Funeral Chapel, with Reverend Ross O'Neill officiating. The family will receive friends 1 hour prior to the service. The burial will take place at Eternal Hills Memorial Park, with military honors provided by the Rutherford County Veterans Honor Guard. Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of Tyson Kyle Guy.
New York, people who don't have a clue about what Democrats in the middle of the country care about. A county chairman said that even though they scream about the economy and jobs, national Democrats still don't care. He said Trump talks about trade and jobs, while the national Democrat elites are still obsessing about which bathrooms people go into. He said the Democrat Party sets their hair on fire. They run around like it's the end of the world whenever Trump so much as sneezes. But Democrats in middle America don't care about that stuff. They're struggling. They're living paycheck to paycheck. The Democrats are not helping them. They've left the little guy behind. They're trying to make ends meet, and their party still doesn't care. The Post also quotes Ohio Democrat Congressman Tim Ryan, who says the Democrat Party's relationship with blue-collar workers, once the base, is fundamentally broken. And you know what? The local Democrats are right. They are being ignored, and it isn't going to change anytime soon, because Democrats in Washington are embarrassed of anybody who doesn't live in New York, Washington, or California. Doesn't matter what party. They don't like you. If you had to pick a word to describe the type of tractor or utility vehicle you'd want to care for the land you love, I would bet you'd pick the word tough. Well, it's a good thing my friends at Mahindra build the toughest tractors and utility vehicles on earth. Right now, bring your old tractor or UTV in and trade up to tough with savings on a brand new Mahindra. That's right, just trade in the other guys and pay $0 down and get 0% financing for up to 60 months, or up to $8,400 in real cash back and savings. Plus, Mahindra's industry-leading warranty still comes standard. So get your work done, America, with a Mahindra. Learn more about the world's #1 selling tractor at MahindraUSA.com.
Take advantage of rock-bottom prices and test drive a Mahindra today at East Rutherford Equipment in Ellenboro, or visit EastRutherfordEquipment.com. That's EastRutherfordEquipment.com.
Reaching 10 counties from the county seat of Rutherford. This is the mighty 590 WCAB, Rutherfordton.
For our troops and their families, the military is more than a career. It's a journey, and every step along the way, the USO is there.
It's an experience that soldier will never forget. That's what the USO does.
Be a part of their journey. Learn more today at USO.org.
Hot temperatures on the highway can be brutal on your automobile. RS Speedy Lube is there to help keep your automobile running clean. Keep the oil changed regularly. They'll check the fluids, vacuum the car. Next door, get the service you need on brakes, radiator, exhaust, CV joints, and radiator flush. RS Service Center also includes service on big trucks and campers. For the best car wash, it's the RS Speedy Automatic Car Wash. RS Speedy Lube Service Center is a complete service center inside, outside, and down under Railroad Avenue, Rutherfordton.
Well, those of you who are using a hearing instrument, if you purchased it somewhere else some time ago and you're unhappy with it, it's not doing the job, why don't you consider going to Miracle Ear and let Lisa Terry help you find something better, something that fits better, something that is more efficient for you. The worldwide company, made in the US of A, over 70 years of service. Why don't you contact Miracle Ear right here and upgrade a little bit and find something that is comfortable, find something that will work for you. Miracle Ear could be just what you're looking for. You'll find Lisa at Miracle Ear in Forest City, right across there from Public Service Gas, North State Gas rather, and right beside the same building there in Southern Carpet. Phone number is 447-7716, 447-7716, and find out what you could do better with Miracle Ear.
John Morco was born in California and spent his early life there. He later went to Ellsworth, Kansas during its heyday as a cattle town. Telling everyone he had killed 12 men, he got a job as a policeman. Unfortunately, his ex-wife showed up in Ellsworth and exposed the real truth. It seems at one time, when drunk, Morco was beating his wife when 4 unarmed men came to her rescue. Morco shot the men. Being drunk and engaged in gunplay was the normal pattern for Morco. Again, on August 15, 1873, Morco was drinking with gambler John Sterling when Ben Thompson came into the saloon seeking Sterling for a gambling debt. Sterling hit Thompson. When Thompson started to retaliate, Morkel pulled his pistol and backed Thompson down. After his encounter with Texan Ben Thompson, he and Sterling went to a saloon where Texans hung out. Upon entering the saloon, Sterling said, "Get your guns, you Texas SOBs, and fight." In accordance with city regulations, none of the men were healed. But later, Ben Thompson and his drunken brother Billy encountered Morkel and Sterling. Sheriff Whitney, the only sober person, tried to calm everyone down. Guns were pulled and bullets began to fly. Unfortunately, the only one to die was Sheriff Whitney. Maybe there's a message here somewhere. Could it be that alcohol has special powers when it comes to gunfights? Nah, because a month later, a drunken John Marco was in Ellsworth when approached by policeman Charlie Brown. Marco pulled his pistol, but Brown placed a bullet in Marco's head and heart. You've just heard another story from Chronicle of the Old West. I'm Dakota Livesay.
It is 16 minutes after 7 o'clock. Beautiful, fantastic Friday morning. Football Friday here in the foothills. Let's go to the phones now and find out what's been happening in the past 24 hours or so. And Deputy Chapman is on the phone with me right now to give us that update. Good morning. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right, Jim. How about yourself?
Doing great. Ready for Friday.
I understand that.
What's on the report today?
Well, in the past 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office has responded to 115 calls. The Rutherford County Detention Center has processed 10 arrests, and there are currently 187 incarcerated in the jail. On our arrest reports, we have a Devonta Marquise Hill of Forest City charged with failure to appear on a felony 1 count and failure to appear on a misdemeanor 1 count. So he was held under a $30,500 secured bond. Timothy Dwayne Cole of Hopper Road in Forest City is charged with 1 count of failure to appear on a felony and 1 count of failure to appear on a misdemeanor. So he was held under a $7,000 secured bond. Timothy Edward Paris, Monroe Road in Mooresboro, charged with 1 count of failure to appear on a misdemeanor, held under a $500 secured bond. Jimmy Brandon Bumgardner, Rock Road in Rutherford, charged with 1 count of second-degree trespass. So he was given a $1,000 unsecured bond. Taylor Elizabeth Page, Elms Drive in Forest City, charged with 1 count of failure to appear on a misdemeanor, held under a $500 secured bond. And Thomas Lee Bailey of West Main Street in Forest City, charged with 1 count of violation of court order, and 1 count of assault with a deadly weapon, and 1 count of hit and run. So he was held on a $1,000 secured bond. Also placed under a 48-hour hold for some domestic violence charges. On our incident reports, we have a Glenn Willis Murray, Boston Sunshine Highway, reported an instance of B&E to a motor vehicle and larceny after B&E. So a weed eater was taken out of his vehicle. A Daphne Jones, Polk County Line Road in Rutherford, reported an instance of first-degree burglary and felony larceny. So there was some electronics and some jewelry and items stolen from her residence. And Vanderbilt Remarketing reported an instance of felony B&E and larceny after B&E. So some construction items were taken from that residence. Now, that's all we got this morning, Jim.
Deputy Chairman, thank you so much for that report, and I hope you have a safe weekend.
Yes, sir. I hope you do as well.
Thank you. So long, man. Bye-bye. That's the Sheriff's Report this morning on WCAB's Morning Wake Up Call. Well, Polk County has an open date tonight. They will not be playing football. Neither will Burns. They have an open date as well. But Asheville, AC Reynolds coming over to Shelby. Kings Mountain plays South Caldwell. Crest is at Asheville's T.C. Robertson. And Avery County at McDowell. East Rutherford plays at North Gaston. RS Central at Morganton Patton. Greenwood, South Carolina Raptors at Thomas Jefferson. And Cherryville at Chase. And that'll be our game of the week tonight, 20 minutes after 7 o'clock. Carrie's on the phone with me now from 911 Communications with a report. Good morning, Carrie.
Good morning.
What's on the report?
In the past 24 hours, Rutherford County Sheriff's Office 911 Communications has processed 508 911 administrative calls. EMS had 48, Rescue had 15. Under law enforcement, Sheriff's Office had 115, Forest City had 81, Lake Lure 13, Rutherford 28, Spindale 63. Bills Creek responded to a motor vehicle accident. Hudlow responded to an industrial fire alarm. SCO responded to 2 motor vehicle accidents, and Spindale responded to an industrial fire alarm. And that was it.
Thanks so much. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
The Recliner Center is happy to introduce new styles of Spring Air mattresses. Some come with the cool gel that you're going to love. Remember the days when you could flip your mattress? Well, Spring Air is now offering the flippable mattress. Check out these for a really great night's sleep. The Recliner Center is needing to make room for some new styles of lift chairs, recliners, and sofas, and you're going to get some special deals on the floor models and extra inventory in the store. Now, you always know you get the best deals in town at the Recliner Center, and now's the best time to go shopping. Check on the inventory of new recliners, sofas, and lift chairs coming in. Now, some of the styles have a new water-repellent fabric. Water beads up instead of soaking into the fabric. Leave it to the Recliner Center to offer you the best choices and best prices. Ask to see the new wall hugger style furniture. Hours are Wednesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturday 9 to 2. The Recliner Center on Cooper's Gap Road in Rutherford.
Let's check on the SDO Fire District now. Ruby Taylor is reporting. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's on the report?
Well, the fire department had two vehicle accidents. And on my birthday calendar, I've got Chandler Teeter and Mr. and Ms. Tim Dula and Mr. and Ms. Reagan Clark are having anniversary today. Wish these people have a nice day. And tomorrow, Don Bostic, Mary Helen Vickers, and Gray Parton having birthdays tomorrow and hope they have a nice day. Then Sunday, Ronnie Huntley and Lisa Dickerson, and I hope they have a nice day. The signs are in the range today, going to Secrets tomorrow and Sunday. And that's all I've got, Jim.
Thanks, Ruby. Enjoy your weekend.
You too.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
It's a for sure thing. Sisk Family Ford in Forest City is earning a quality reputation for offering an attractive inventory of new and used cars and trucks. If you want a new Ford truck, you'll be a smart shopper to let Sisk Family Ford quote you a deal. From a car for the newlywed to the car for the large family, let the Sisk Family Company help your family get the best deal. Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City.
23 past the hour of 7 o'clock on this fantastic Friday. Braves were off last night, so there will not be a Brave score today. They do play tonight, but we'll have the high school football game on this evening. And here's Homer now up at Rumbling Ball with our report from the mountains. Good morning, Homer.
Good morning.
Everything nice and quiet up there? You got things under control?
It's not nice and quiet, but we got it under control.
All right. That's all.
There's a lot of traffic been coming in and out this morning. That's typical for the weekend. Homeowners, people playing golf, people going to work. So
yeah,
been kind of sort of high traffic this morning. But other than that, everything's good. Got kind of an overcast top sky. Looking pretty good so far. Weather-wise, 71 at midnight, 68 currently with no rain. We've got a wedding Saturday at 5 o'clock, about 100 people. And I think we've got another one on Sunday. Got a few golf groups here this weekend. Going to be a lot of people out playing golf. Got one announcement. The White House Community Center is having their country breakfast buffet tomorrow, Saturday, August 26th, from 7 till 10 a.m. That's at 5408 Painters Gap Road. That's a pretty good place to go eat breakfast. Other than that, shaping up to be a pretty good day, and hope all goes well.
Well, thank you, and I hope that things go well with you up there. Keep things together, and we'll check in with you next time.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thanks. Bye. 7:25.
You know, when you need a plumber, you want someone with a reputation of getting right out to you and getting the job done for you the right way. That'll be Olmsted Plumbing. Since 1973, the Olmsted family has been serving homeowners and builders with the best of service. From unclogging a drain to replacing fixtures and appliances to remodeling jobs, they're top quality work.
fair prices, and punctual service has made them the area's leading plumbing firm. And they'd like to serve you. Call 245-7302. Experience plus equipment equals excellence. Umstead Plumbing at 245-7302. Checking in now with Hudlow Volunteer Fire District Community, and Bob Hodge is the reporter over there. Keeps his eye on things for us. Bob, good morning. How you doing?
Oh, just fine. How are you this morning?
Doing great.
Well, we're doing good Friday morning.
Yeah, liking this Friday morning.
Yeah.
I'm just glad I don't live in Texas.
I'm glad I'm not down there. They're expecting, 25 to 30 inches of rain. That's a lot of rain.
That's a lot of rain.
Yeah, so I'm staying away from down that way. But they say it might make the oil prices go up, and refineries having to shut down, so they probably will there.
Well, they just use one excuse over another. Whatever the excuse happens to be today, they'll raise the prices.
Oh, yeah, they'll find some excuse to raise it, won't they?
Somebody blows their nose real hard over there somewhere that, we got to raise prices on fuel.
Yeah, they'll raise it.
You're right. These refineries have to shut down because of the weather. It will cause the fuel to go up.
They should have enough stored up. It wouldn't hurt them.
Well, they probably do.
They probably do, you know. They make that extra money there.
Yep. They use all kinds of excuses to raise it.
That's right. Well, let's see, Jim. Up here with the fire department, we answered one fire alarm call during the night. And then we answered a medical call early this morning. I want to say happy birthday to Jeff Crawford and Nick Good this morning. And I'm sitting here with one eye taped up and can't see out the other. And so.
Well, did the surgery go well?
Yeah, it went good there. I'll go back this evening for a checkup there and maybe take some of this patching off my eye there so I can see a little bit.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah, it's bad walking around with one eye taped up and can't see out the other one there.
Well, I'm Jean have to lead you around today.
Oh, she's a good nurse there.
Yeah,
she put my eye drops in. If it's up to me, I'd probably stick them up my nose instead of my eye there. I couldn't see what I was doing.
Now, you just had one eye done, right?
One eye done this time. Probably have to have the other one done later. Yeah. Have to have. You get old, you have all this stuff to do, you know.
Yeah, it's good that you can do it and laugh about it.
That's right. Well, Jim, you take care and have a good weekend.
Thanks, Bob. You too, and I hope you recuperate real fast and get back to seeing with both eyes. And I'll talk to you again next time.
Thank you.
See you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
28 minutes after 7. That's Bob Hodge reporting out of Hudlow this morning. Over at Southern Carpet, they sure would love to have your business. They sure would love for you to come and talk with them before you make decisions on carpet and floor covering anywhere else, because they feel like they can do you better, feel like they got wider choices, and nothing compares to their personalized in-store attention you get. And they don't never pressure you, never make you feel like you better buy something before you walk out of here. They don't make you do that. They just want you to make sure that you're making the right choice. You can find them over there in Forest City at 1512 West Main Street, right across from North State Gas Company. They have more on hand, ready to install high-quality floor products than anybody else. Why don't you check with them? Don't make bad decisions and regret it later. Make a good decision and reward yourself with beautiful floor covering and beautiful carpet from Southern Carpet over in Forest City.
Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood, because we're headquartered in North Carolina with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
We're being kind to Tonda Lane today. Tonda lives over in Ball State, works at Wilbert Plastics, and celebrating birthday number 54 today. Now we're over in Cherry Mountain, which is not too far from Bostic, and here's Sue Price. Good morning.
Good morning, Jim.
You feeling good this morning?
I am. Hope you are.
Yes.
Nice morning.
65
degrees. Can't beat that. So we'll enjoy these few cool days we've got coming. Cooler days, not real cool, but cooler.
Cooler.
Yeah. Anything's better than 90, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's see. I have one birthday on my church calendar for Judy Brown, so I hope Judy's going to have a good day. And on my personal calendar, I've got Trent Self. And I don't believe I have anything on either one of the other calendars for today, so not too many celebrating, but we hope anybody that's having a birthday or anniversary will have a wonderful day today. And in my announcements, the chopped sirloin supper, now that's going to be tomorrow night, August 26th from 4 to 8 p.m. Chopped sirloin, baked potato, fries, salad bar, bread, homemade desserts. Adults are $9, children $6, and that's over at the Hopewell Hollis Community Clubhouse. And they always have a really good supper. The Bostic area yard sale is coming up Saturday, September 23rd. Just get your stuff ready. Prepare for that from 8 to 1 o'clock at the Bostic Lincoln Center. It'll be on the green. And you can call and reserve a space at 828-245-9800. And you provide your own table, and your $5 donation benefits the building fund. So gather up and get ready for a big yard sale there at Bostic. And I think that's all I have this morning, Jim. It's just quiet and calm over this way, looking for a good weekend, and I hope you and Faye will have one.
Thanks, Sue. You and Richard have a great one, too. Enjoy yourself and enjoy this coolness of the weekend.
All right.
I'll see you next time.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. It's 32 minutes after 7 o'clock, and here in Rutherfordton, it's 63 degrees.
Rutherford Surgical Associates offers expert treatment of conditions ranging from hernias and appendicitis to diseases of the lungs, chest, abdomen, liver, and stomach. Our surgeons also deliver expert wound care at Rutherford Wound Care in Hyperbarics in Forest City. Rutherford Surgical Associates is welcoming new patients, and more information is available at 828-286-1743 or online at www.myrutherfordregional.com/general surgery.
Here's what our customers think about McCurry Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC.
I love my McCurry Deck Buick.
I love my McCurry Deck Chevrolet.
We love our McCurry Deck GMC.
We guarantee you'll love McCurry Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC for a city.
I am definitely a McCurry Deck customer for life.
I love the price and the McCurry Deck Customer for Life Rewards program. It gives you up to $3,000 or more in rewards.
Take the easy drive to savings. McCurry Deck for a city. Discover the rewards of being a customer for life.
Now, Upstate Union Mills is our next stop, and that's where we find the reporter, Brenda Kelly. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you on this fantastic, nice, cool Friday morning?
I feel that way all over.
There you go. All of the above.
All of the above. It is a nice morning, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, it really is, and it feels good. But what I don't like about this time of the year is it gets dark early and it stays dark later, and I don't like that. I wish we could have the cool temperatures and the daylight.
During the summertime.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily summertime, but if we could have daylight longer and it still be cool, that would be all right, even if it is fall of the year.
Well,
but it ain't like that, is it?
You could move to Anchorage, Alaska.
And not have any daylight at all, ain't it?
Well, in the wintertime, there's not much, but in the summer, you got just about all daylight.
Oh, well.
And it's not very hot.
That's weird, ain't it?
Not very hot at all.
Yeah.
But we don't want you to leave. We want you to stay right here.
Well, thank you. But I've always thought I'd like to live in Alaska. I don't know why. I guess because of the wilderness. I don't know if they have rattlesnakes up there or not. Do they have rattlesnakes?
They have snakes. I'm not sure about the rattling part, but they do have snakes.
I wonder what kind of poisonous snakes they have.
I don't know.
It's just something. I just can't stand these rattlesnakes. And my neighbor saw another one yesterday. She was walking her dog, and it crossed over her driveway, and she said she just stood back and let it cross because she didn't have nothing to kill it with. That's 3 she's seen in her driveway this week.
Wow. Maybe
Maybe they're going to a rattlesnake party somewhere.
Well, I wished I knew where it was and get somebody to kill them. I'm telling you. Ooh.
Yeah.
Those things are awful looking, but that's part of nature too, I reckon.
Well, I don't know their purpose, but I guess it was their original purpose when God created snakes.
To kill them and skin them and make boots out of them.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. So we'd have something to make our boots out of.
Would you wear a pair of rattlesnake boots?
No, I can't stand. I've seen them before. They are pretty, but it's just, I don't know. I just can't stand a snake. I wouldn't care if it was rattlesnake, copperhead, black snake, or what. I just don't like. I just can't stand them. They're just evil. That's all I know. Evil.
Well, if it keep that tongue in their mouth, it'd be all right.
Well, if a lot of us would keep our tongue in our mouth, we'd be all right.
I wondered if you were going to pick up on that.
Well, you ought to know. Know that I would. You're crazy, Jim Bishop. But that's all right, ain't it?
That's right. Life goes on.
That's right. Let's see, I've got 64 degrees on the front porch this morning. Birthdays today, I've got Chandler Jones, Abby White, Mayford Ashley, Barbara Porter, and Audrey Hancock. We hope, let's see, yeah, I don't have none anywhere else. So we hope these people have a great old big day on their special day. And in ways of announcements, we got a country breakfast Saturday, August the 26th, 7 to 10 a.m. This is at the White House Community Center on Painters Gap Road in Union Mills. Adults, $6. Children, 6 to 12, $3. Under 6, free. They've got all kind of good food to eat. And you can rent their clubhouse for your family reunion, birthday party, or other special events. Call 828-625-4502 for details. And then on Friday, September the 1st, at the Union Mills Learning Center, this is on Hudlow Road in Union Mills, Destination Bluegrass. Meal beginning at 6 p.m. and the cost is $5. Includes sandwich, meal, drink, and dessert. Music begins at 7 p.m. No admission for the music program. They do have a tip jar available for the band. And I reckon that's all I got going on so far that I know of. It's just short, sweet, and quiet and cool this morning.
When you were growing up in Spindale, was that restaurant, I believe it's called Keller's Restaurant there on Spindale Street, was it operating?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know how.
It operated. Whew.
I didn't know how long ago
it was still operating after I got married and moved to Union Mills, if I ain't mistaken.
Yeah. It worked
I believe it was Frank Keller. Frank Keller done it, I think. Yeah. I think it was, yeah.
I just didn't know how early it started back then, and if you remember going there as a kid or not.
Yeah, and I can remember walking from my house over to my Granny Lizzie Manfredo, which lived one block down from I think it's BB&T there on Main Street in Spindale now, ain't it? Mm-hmm. Corner of Nebraska and Main.
Right.
Okay, she lived right just about a block down through, and we would walk from our house down on, well, it wasn't even in the city then. It was considered the county, but it's Spindale Street now. And we'd get to Keller's, and they had these iron poles out front, and we'd swing around and around them iron poles.
They had good burgers and hot dogs, didn't they?
Yes, they did. Their beef dog was delicious. I've never eaten a beef dog since then that I thought was as good as the ones that they had. Yeah. It's but things change. I believe there's a church there now.
There's a church right there. Yes, I'm not sure if that's the building. The Kellers were not, but there's a restaurant right beside it. The church also. I don't know which one of those buildings Kellers was in, but
yeah,
I don't know if anybody operates out or not. But there for a while, there's been several in and out of that one selling hot dogs. Walk up to the window and order your hot dog and hamburger.
Yeah. Just couldn't do it like Frank Keller could. I think that's who it was, if I remember correctly. That's been a long time ago.
Yeah. People talk about Kellers all the time. You're about to.
Oh yeah. That was the thing back then. Yeah.
Nothing like a good old hot dog.
That's my favorite food is a hot dog with mustard, chili, and onions. I love it.
Yep, I do too.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I hope you have a great Friday and a good Saturday and Sunday, and I'll see you back here on Monday.
Okay, you catch your hot dog over the weekend.
I'll try to do that.
Catch you later.
Thanks, brother. Brenda Kelly reporting out of Union Mills this morning. And over across the road here, they would like to have the attention of all deer hunters. They are ready for you. They got stocked with mineral blocks, all your food plots, supplies, and much, much more. They have deer apples in stock, shelled and on the cob. So if you're needing those kinds of things for deer season, go to Farmer's Friend Feed Seeding Supplies and get it. They also have a large selection of good used farm equipment. Need to check that out. Food grade totes in stock, generic dog food, $12.99. Nurture Super Premium Dog Food Light Formula, $9.99. They have plenty of bird feeding supplies. They're ready for you. Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supplies. Go see them. Whiteside Road, 188 Whiteside Road. And they're open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5:30, Saturday 7:30 until 2. And if you want to give them a ring and ding, call 287-3272. It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide daycare services for an aging parent or loved one. Rutherford Life Care can be just what you're looking for. Rutherford Life Care offers adults a safe and fun place during the day for medical monitoring, nutritional meals, and daily activities. Rutherford Life is licensed by the state of North Carolina Division of Aging. Call them today and let them answer questions you may have. That's 288-1697, 288-1697. Rutherford Life offers a staff of professionals who show the love and compassion that you entrust your loved ones to. That's Rutherford Life Care Services, located on Thunder Road, Spindale. Again, that phone number is 288-1697. Well, let's see if Herman Jones is out viewing the community this morning via transit. Herman, are you on the bus?
I sure am.
Well,
headed for the senior center.
Well, what are you going to do when you get over there?
Whatever's customary. Oh, they got all great. You exercise, got all kind of exercise equipment. They got good walking trails. They got all kind of games you can play. It's just about anything you want. Good. You can get snacks, and then they feed you a good meal.
So you recommend it highly, huh?
Oh, yes. I know I got a good transit driver. I got it made, Jim Bishop.
Man, you can't beat that.
No. I don't have a birthday. I looked on my calendar, and I didn't have anything this morning, Jim.
Okay, well, keep up the good work down there, and ride safely and enjoy yourself, and I'll see you next time.
All righty, you take care of that little feller you got up there with you.
Oh, you're talking about Todd?
Yeah.
We'll have to have a board meeting about him.
I heard that.
I'll see you.
I appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Stop into Save-A-Lot Grocery and save big money every day. Choose from a variety of name brand merchandise at incredible low prices. Save big on fresh meats, vegetables, pastries, frozen foods, deli items, and so much more. They are located in the White Oaks Plaza in Spindale. Hours are Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. until 9 p.m. and Sunday, 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. That's Save-A-Lot Grocery Store in the White Oaks Plaza in Spindale.
Hello, this is Phyllis with Loveless Financial Group. Today I want to talk to you about a CD alternative. With rates at the bank averaging less than 1%, how can you earn at least 3% for 60 months? We check rates every Monday to see what is the best rate. Let's look at real money, not interest rates. $100,000 at 3%, the annual return is $3,000. $100,000 at a half of a percent is $500. So which do you want? Call me to set up a time to see if we can't help you get more income for you and your family. You can start with as little as $5,000, and you can add to this account at any time. With 35 years in the financial business, I've been helping people make the most with their money, and certainly for me, our friends, our clients, our family members have been a blessing to our business. If I can help you, or if you want to know more information, call me at Loveless Financial Group, 431 South Main Street in Rellerton, 828-288-1378. This is Phyllis saying bye for now.
Mr. Friday Night is going to be with you on the radio this morning a little after 8 o'clock. Jay Coombs will be on to talk about tonight's game and the lineups and what's happening in the world of Friday night football. Join us for that discussion this morning, a little after 8:05 here on WCAB. Now we're heading toward Ellenboro. Mr. Luther Sweet Thing Gilligan is on the phone. Give us an update from that part of our county. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you two. It's nice morning down here. Just sat here and drink coffee and watch the sun come up through the trees.
It's a beautiful morning, isn't it?
Yes, it's a nice day. Hey, if I can get up, get my boots on, stand up, it's the beginning of a great day.
I hear you.
Fixing to get out here and get at it as I can. Day's Friday, got to hurry up, get caught up for the week.
Well, how's your arm? Are you improving?
Oh, it's getting better by the day.
Good.
I can work it, not as strong as the other one, but it's worked that way. It's doing a lot better than it was. A whole lot better. But it's quiet down here this morning. Nothing going on. Everybody's heading to work, trying to get the last day of the weekend. Saturday coming up tomorrow. Looking forward to mowing the grass again this weekend. Man, I got mine late yesterday afternoon, so mine is taken care of. Don't have to worry about it the weekend. Well, in fact, I don't have to worry about anything the weekend. Come think about it. Just don't worry about it. If you can do it, do it. If you can't, don't worry about it. But part of our bed quiet yesterday. Didn't have 2 days in a row. They've had nothing. So everything's going good there. But we won't wish happy wedding anniversary to Raymond and Joyce Green. They have anniversary today, so we hope they have a great day. And Jim, there's nothing else going on down here. You have a great day up there. We'll talk to you Monday.
Thanks, Luther. Enjoy your weekend. Keep improving, and I'll see you next time.
All right, take care.
Bye. 747, 747, 747. That sounds like an airplane. Here on this Friday morning, if you want to call your birthdays, you can do that right now. We've cleared the phone lines, 287-3356, and we'll put you in the drawing for those Daylight Donuts from Granny B's. That's 287-3356. Well, over at Gregory's, we were talking about burgers and hot dogs a while ago. I don't think they do hot dogs, but they sure do a great hamburger. I bragged on the hamburgers a lot. Big hamburger, really cooked well, and it gets you some fries with those seasoned fries, or without them, or salad bar with it. You got a great meal. That's almost, some folks like to share that burger. Some folks eat it by themselves. But whatever you choose at Gregor's, it's going to be good. Subs, grinders, burgers, pastas, garden fresh salad, steaks cooked to perfection. If you have a big event coming up or a small event and you don't want to handle the food yourself, call on Gregory's. They do a fantastic job with catering. That phone number is 287-2171, 287-2171, and they're located at Park Lane Plaza. If you got guests coming in this weekend, take them out to dinner at Gregory's. The entire team at Crow's Funeral Home and Cremation Services can help you with options available. They will help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved one. During this time, it's important to turn to someone you can trust and depend on. Crow's Mortuary and Crow's Mortuary and Crematory has a long history of trust and dependability. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory. That's 286-2304. That's really something to crow about. It's the Daylight Donuts from Granny B's in Spindale. Get yours today. While they're fresh, they're good, they're delicious. It's Daylight Donuts. It's something to crow about. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to Tonda Lane of Bostic. She works at Wilbert Plastics, and she turns 54 today. She is our Be Kind To person today. Doris Ramsey up in Golden Valley is also celebrating with a birthday today. Want to wish her a happy. And let's see who else. Todd's bringing back here. Penny Diane Baheeler celebrating a birthday. Cindy Henson's having a birthday. Jack Chapman over in Forest City also is having a birthday today. Chandler Jones and Abby White, Mayford Ashley, Barbara Porter, and Audrey Hancock. All these folks, we want to say happy birthday. And we'll select a name from the drawing box here in just a moment to give away Daylight Donuts from Granny B's. Straight ahead.
Raymond Edmond of Wheaton College had not been in Uruguay as a missionary very long when he became deathly sick. In fact, the Uruguay Nationals had his grave dug and were waiting close by to take his body away. Suddenly, Dr. Edmond sat up in bed. He called to his wife, "Bring me my clothes. I'm getting up." He had instantly recovered, and nobody knew what had happened or what had caused his recuperation. Many years later, he was retelling the story of this remarkable recovery to a church in Boston. After the service, a little old lady with a small, dog-eared, beaten-up old prayer book came up to him. She said, "What day did you say you were dying in Uruguay? What time would it have been in Boston?" They figured it would have been at 2 a.m. on a specific date. Her wrinkled face lit up. Pointing to her book, she exclaimed, "There it is. You see? At 2 a.m. on that date, God said to me, 'Get up and pray. Raymond Edmond is dying.'" God knows your need. He knows when to have someone pray for you, or for you to pray for others. God did not just create the universe and then leave us. The Bible says, "My God will meet all of your needs according to his glorious riches in Christ Jesus." This is Bill Hostler with today's Key to Confident Living. Scripts for today's Key to Confident Living are available in book form by calling toll-free 1-888-333-KEYS.
And a big congratulations going out to Doris Ramsey of Golden Valley. She's won the De La Donuts from Granny B's. Doris will have a certificate here for you to come by and pick up and take over to Granny B's and enjoy. Now remember, coming up a little after 8:05, Mr. Friday Night Jay Coombs will be on the radio with me, talk about tonight's games. And then it's Friday Fundies on the bottom half of the hour this morning. Got some fun stuff lined up.
I'm sorry for the things I've done. I know that I'm the foolish one. Now that I see who's to blame, I'm so ashamed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the things I said. Just like a child, I lost my head. I should have known from the start I'd break your heart. I'm sorry. Please be kind, and I know you'll find it's so easy to forgive. Darling, wait, for it's not too late. Give our love a chance to live. I know the heartaches you've been through. I know for I had heartaches too. There's nothing more I can do but say to you, I'm sorry.
MCN News. I'm Mike Rayleigh. Hurricane Harvey has been upgraded to a Category 2 hurricane and continues to strengthen and move quickly towards the Texas coast. It's expected to be a Category 3 hurricane when it makes landfall late tonight. CBS News correspondent David Bigno is in Corpus Christi.
Hotel manager. As Hurricane Harvey sets its sights on Corpus Christi, hotel consultant Jeff DeLong is making people get out.
Hopefully it won't be that bad, but it looks like it's going to be fun.
People walking down a dirt path in a wooded area outside Spring Lake on Thursday found the body, which has been badly decomposed. This is the third time in 8 days Harnett County Sheriff's deputies are investigating the discovery of a body, but Sheriff Wayne Coates says there's no apparent connection.
There's no indication right now what we've seen that is linked to any of the other cases.
The Trump administration plans changes for areas designated as national monuments, but what those changes are is largely a mystery. CBS News correspondent Gary Nunn reports.
I'm Gary Nunn. Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke assures that none of the 27 monuments ordered and reviewed by President Trump will be rescinded. But Zinke says he plans to push for boundary changes on a handful, but none apparently will be made at 6 monuments in Montana, Colorado, Idaho, California, Arizona, and Washington. But that leaves open the possibility of allowing drilling, mining, or other industries on 21 other sites.
A remembrance ceremony is being held today for the Bertie correctional officer killed by an inmate in April. Sergeant Megan Lee Callahan's name is being added to the Fallen Officers Memorial at the Bertie County Courthouse in Windsor. The U.S. Secretary of Interior is making a stop in North Carolina. Secretary Ryan Zinke is visiting the Blue Ridge Parkway and the Great Smoky Mountains National Park as he commemorates the 101st anniversary of the National Park System. You're listening to NCN News.
Hello, North Carolina. Geico presents things that'll make you feel good.
Cows have BFFs. It's true. They have one friend they go halvesies with on everything. Something else to make you feel good. Geico's been offering great savings and service for over 75 years and has a 97% customer satisfaction rating. And that satisfying coverage isn't just for your car. The Geico Insurance Agency can help you insure your home, apartment, and condo. And Geico offers motorcycle, RV, and boat insurance. You know what else will make you feel good? Scientists discovered it snows on Mars. Maybe one day we'll make snow Martians. And Geico is the second largest auto insurer in the country, so breathe easy. We've got your back. Plus, you might be able to save even more money because Geico could help you find savings, like military or federal discounts. And Geico offers emergency roadside service.
So, North Carolina, contact Geico online at geico.com. You'll feel better after you do.
The Senate Redistricting Committee met Thursday as a deadline approaches for redrawn legislative districts. The House Committee meets today. Anita Earls is Executive Director of the Southern Coalition for Social Justice and lead attorney for plaintiffs in Covington versus North Carolina, which submitted alternative redistricting plans Wednesday to the legislative committees.
The next step, according to the federal court's order, is that the General Assembly should submit those maps to the court along with some data and other information.
Police are trying to figure out who pulled the trigger in a deadly shooting in northwest Charlotte on Thursday afternoon, the city's 60th homicide of the year. Police said a man was shot and died at the scene. His name has not been released. AP correspondent Charles de Ledesma reports today a South Korean court has sentenced Samsung heir Lee Jae-young to 5 years prison for bribery and other crimes.
Lee's accused of offering $38 million worth of bribes to 4 entities controlled by a longtime friend of former South Korea President Park Geun-hye in exchange for help with a merger that strengthened Lee's hand in Samsung after his father suffered a heart attack in 2014. The closely watched verdict is the latest convulsion in a political scandal that prompted millions of South Koreans to protest last fall.
Don't touch the exhibit also means don't stand on it. Reporter Larry Miller has more from London.
Pity the Pritterwell Priory Museum in Southend, England, the latest to have an exhibit damaged by visitors ignoring the don't touch signs. In this case, an 800-year-old sandstone sarcophagus was knocked off its stand after a child climbed inside for a picture. The coffin cracked and a chunk dropped to the floor. The offending family made a hasty getaway. The museum says the coffin can be repaired, but it's considering enclosing it in a glass case.
We are country at its best with a blend of yesterday's memories. WCAB, Rutherfordton.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Evacuations are underway along the Gulf Coast of Texas as Hurricane Harvey strengthens. It has winds of about 110 miles an hour, but those are expected to grow, and they aren't even the real threat.
It is not the wind, it is the water from storm surge and rainfall that does the most damage to life and property, and that's what we're fearing with this storm.
ABC's Rob Arciano in Shreveport, Louisiana. ABC's Jim Ryan is in Corpus Christi, Texas, with what appears to be the bullseye of the storm.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott has already ordered National Guard troops and supplies into this area. Now he's issued a personal appeal to the people who live here.
There's little time left in order for you to get out of harm's way, maybe 12 to 15 hours.
But at a gas station 200 miles from here,
I'm gassing up to go to Corpus Christi to go and take care of my parents because they refuse to leave Corpus Christi.
Vanessa Pro will be in one of the few vehicles actually headed toward this community today. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Corpus Christi, Texas.
White House sources say President Trump is seriously considering a program that gives legal status to hundreds of thousands of undocumented immigrants brought into the U.S. as children.
It was one of candidate Donald Trump's top promises. If elected, he said he would immediately end the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or DACA. The program allowed undocumented young immigrants called Dreamers, who were brought to the country as children, to stay in the U.S. and work legally. But now several conservative states, led by Texas, are threatening to sue to end the program. White House officials say the president is seriously considering giving in rather than defending the program in court. Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
President Trump tweeting that his chief of staff, General John Kelly, is doing a fantastic job. Kelly replaced Reince Priebus in a White House shakeup earlier this month. U.S. prosecutors say they will seek a 3-year prison sentence for the Volkswagen engineer who had a key role in the company's diesel emissions scandal. Robert Lang is one of 2 VW employees to plead guilty in the scheme. Dow futures up 42 points. You're listening to ABC News.
This is a special announcement for all Americans who owe back taxes to the IRS or state. Pay attention. There's a special toll-free hotline set up especially for you. This hotline will give you free information on how you can legally reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call the taxpayer hotline today at 800-441-1943. Grab a pen or put the number in your cell phone, 800-441-1943. You'll speak with qualified professionals who'll tell you how to stop the collection calls, IRS letters, bank levies, and wage garnishments. And they'll deal directly with the IRS on your behalf, so you don't have to. Even if you haven't filed returns or you already are in a payment plan, you can still get relief. New IRS settlement policies have opened the doors for a fresh start. But hurry, this won't last forever, and your tax problem will only get worse if you do nothing or try to handle it yourself. It makes a big difference in who you call. So call the taxpayer hotline today for free information. 800-441-1943. 800-441-1943.
Brought to you by South Coast Tax.
A lawyer for the heir to the Samsung fortune in South Korea says they will appeal the 5-year prison sentence he's been handed down. Lee Jae-young convicted of bribery and other crimes. Some prep school students in Atlanta are in some trouble after posing for pictures of a game on social media.
The pictures posted by students at the elite Lovett Prep School in Atlanta show an off-campus game of what they call Jews versus Nazis beer pong. On one end of the table, plastic cups arranged in the shape of a Star of David. On the other end, in the shape of a swastika. The students are smiling.
Anti-Semitic discourses, unfortunately, becoming a little bit too normative.
Allison Goodman, Regional Director of the Anti-Defamation League, says there's been a recent 80% spike in cases of anti-Semitism. The Lovett School expelled 1 student and suspended 5 others. Scott Goldberg, ABC News.
Rally here in New York City over the famous statue that looms above Columbus Circle. It is of Christopher Columbus, who Mayor Bill de Blasio suggests should maybe be removed.
I'm an Italian-American. Italian-Americans have a long time been taught to be proud of Columbus. There's a lot of things not to be proud of as well.
Columbus Day is a big deal here in New York, and some other Italian-Americans are suggesting that removing the statue is a dumb idea. Among them, former Saturday Night Live alum Joe Piscopo.
Leave our statues alone. Stop the political correctness. The political correctness is killing us.
Set up a task force to look into it. This is ABC News.
We discovered that my daughter was using drugs. We were really at a loss. We'd been told by so many people to kick her out, to use tough love. You can't take a one-size-fits-all approach to substance use disorders. They're all different. You are the only one that knows your child. It's a slow process, and although it hasn't been perfect, she's not using drugs anymore, we're really hopeful. We're all in recovery from this disease.
There's hope and help at drugfree.org. A message from
North Carolina Tractor Supply, your Massey Ferguson dealer in Rutherford, has some really great ideas this year. This could be the year for you to get that Massey Ferguson you've been wanting. Stop by today and see what Massey Ferguson and Phil Sheehan at North Carolina Tractor Supply have for you. Check to see if you qualify for 0% financing. Today could be your day at North Carolina Tractor Supply, Railroad Avenue, Rutherford.
Friday's finally here, and the weather looks pretty good for the upcoming weekend. We'll have partly sunny skies today. It'll be warm with highs in the lower to middle 80s. A couple of spotty sprinkles will be possible today. Overnight tonight, partly cloudy and mild. Low temperatures tonight get down into the lower to middle 60s. And then partly cloudy to mostly sunny on Saturday. It will be another warm day with high temperatures in the low to mid 80s. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
Thanks very much, Amy. Good morning again, everybody. 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Beautiful, great getting up morning here in the foothills. We're up to 64 degrees, climbing to 82 before it's all over with today, and dropping back to right where we are right now for the overnight low. Just perfect for high school football Friday night. Tomorrow looks good, partly cloudy. We only have a 20% chance of showers tomorrow. Those are isolated. Highs around 81, dropping back to 64 tomorrow night. Sunday, 81. No rain in that forecast. No rain in the forecast on Monday. So we got a good weekend, weather-wise, coming up here in the foothills. And we just have to remember to pray for those folks out in Texas during this time. They've been threatened by Harvey, so we hope everything's going to be okay out there with them. But it is perfect for high school football Friday night. Speaking of which, have on the phone with me right now Mr. Friday Night, Mr. Jay Coombs. Good morning, Jay.
Well, good morning, Jim.
Well, I tell you couldn't ask for better weather for tonight's ball game, right?
Oh, this is going to be so much more pleasant this week. A good 10 degrees cooler, lower humidity. Last week's sweat was rolling down my back in more ways than one. But, yeah, I think tonight is going to be just a great night to head out to one of the games.
Well, we encourage folks to support their high school team. Go out to the games as much as often as you can. If you can't, then we'll certainly have a game of the week for you. And tell us about that game, Jay.
Yeah, first of all, got to give thumbs up to the crowd that showed up in Rutherfordton last Friday night. You know, school does not start for Chase, East, and Central until Monday. So actually this year we're playing 2 football games before the kids get back into the classroom. But we had a great turnout up in Rutherfordton last Friday night. A good win for the Hilltoppers. No, it was not a textbook-designed win. Certainly saw a lot of penalties. With the wet field conditions, saw our share of turnovers. But a good win, nonetheless, for the Hilltoppers over McDowell, 20-14. 2 other teams in the county won on opening week. East Rutherford was on the road at South Stanley. Despite the fact that they had 4 or 5 turnovers in the game, they didn't have any problem at all with the rowdy Rebel Bulls. Cavaliers won that one 34-2. Thomas Jefferson, their home opener last week, they defeated the Carolina Wildcats out of Pickens, South Carolina by a score of 34-8. Got off to a slow start, but came on really big in the second half in Avondale. Chase had a hard time last week over in Columbus. Went up against a very good Polk County team. Came up short 30-14, but there were so many good things that we saw out of Chase. Really looking forward to them having their home opener tonight out at Allen Stadium hosting Cherville. Cherville played Bessemer City last Friday night. Even though they are in the same conference, the 1A Southern Piedmont Conference, that game last week between Bessemer and Cherville did not count in the conference race. They'll play again later in the season for the conference game. But Bessemer City won big over Cherville, 38-7. So although both teams are 0-1 coming into our feature game of the week tonight, I like Chase at home tonight. I think the Trojans are going to surprise a lot of folks this season, and I'll stick my head out there, my neck on the line, and say, yep, I expect Chase to whoop up on Cherville tonight, and looking forward to getting to see it firsthand.
So like a plan for the good old Trojans.
Yeah. Other games tonight, Thomas Jefferson still at home this week, so in Avondale, the Greenwood, South Carolina Raptors come to town. Think about Brenda Kelly, her fear of snakes. In this case, Raptor. That's a little bit more vicious than a snake. This is a homeschool team out of Greenwood. Thomas Jefferson and Greenwood have never played before, so to be the first time ever that they meet on the football field, I feel pretty good here too. Look for the Griffins to move up to 2-0 tonight in Avondale. East Rutherford still on the road this week. Cavaliers this time travel up to Dallas They'll take on the North Gaston Wildcats. East Rutherford, as I mentioned, easy win over South Stanley last week. North fell to rival East Gaston by 3 points, losing that game 34-31. I like the Cavaliers to go 2-0 tonight. And the Hilltoppers from RS, they head up to Morganton. They'll face the Patton Panthers. Hilltoppers won last week. Patton was defeated by Gastonia Hunter Huss 49-20. It has been 5 years since RS Central has played Patton. That was back in the old SMAC conference. Last time they met, Patton actually surprised the Hilltoppers. It was a homecoming night in Rutherfordton. Panthers won that game by a point, 15-14. But tonight, based on what we saw last week, Hilltoppers have a lot of offensive weapons. I really like their chances tonight to move to 2-0 as well, up in Morganton, going up there to face Patton.
I'll tell you right now, it sounds like everybody's off to a pretty good start. I feel good about the entire season, don't you?
After week 1, I'm liking what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing, and I think our county teams are going to hold their own this year. And I think we have some really new, younger, up-and-coming talent already, and size. It's nice to see that we have some size back on the football field this season. I think our county teams are going to be all right this year. I'm excited after week 1, and I think we're going to collect a lot of victories this year.
And there's several ways, of course, folks can get in touch with the game through AM 590, of course, and on the cable channel 5, north of cable channel 5, those to listen that way, and on the World Wide Web at www.wcab59.com, and tell us about the Facebook page.
Well, we now have Facebook presence and a lot of followers already. WCAB Football, that's all you need. That's pretty simple to remember. Also on Twitter, if you like to tweet, we'd like to tweet back at you. That is the same thing, WCAB Football. You can look us up there, follow us. And also want to mention the fact that our webpage designer, Bill Teal of Signature Web Designs, has made an easy link if you would like to listen to the game tonight online. You can still get to it at WCAB59.com, or you can try the new page, WCABfootball.com, and that listen is right up there at the top of the page, and it saves you, I think, 1-2 steps, gives you a really quick link to the online broadcast.
Well, in honor of high school football Friday night, doing Friday Fundies in just a few minutes, I'm going to play the old Andy Griffith, What He Was with Football comedy show.
Oh, when you said Friday Funnies, I thought you meant that Todd was going to take over.
Well, that's a thought. Thanks so much, Jay. Appreciate the good work you're doing, and we'll listen to the game tonight and look forward to talking to you again next Friday.
Kickoff tonight, 7:30. Countdown to kickoff. Our pregame show at 6:45. We're pumped up and ready for it.
Thanks, Jay.
Thanks, Jim.
Bye-bye. It's Jay Coombs reporting in this morning, Mr. Friday Night, for high school football preview. 14 minutes now past 8 o'clock. We'll have that sheriff's report with Deputy Chapman in just a moment.
Washburn and Dorsey Funeral and Cremation Service owner Kent Dorsey, along with staff members Bob Billingsley, Randy Bostick, Jamie Shelton, Reverend Dean Vaughn, and Michael Sursland, invite you to their website at www.washburndorsey.com for online obituaries and up-to-date weather information. In a day of out-of-state owned funeral homes in the area, Washburn and Dorsey is one of your locally owned funeral homes.
Let's look at some stories from here and there this morning, as was kind of the sources of news. The Daily Courier is reporting about a Lake Lure man being injured when his Jeep rolls over. The 80-year-old Forest City man injured in a single vehicle crash Thursday afternoon on US 6474A near Canopy Ridge in Lake Lure. North Carolina Highway Patrol Trooper D.R. Walker said Charles Harden was driving a Jeep traveling east when he went off the right side of the road, struck a culvert, causing the Jeep to roll over on one time. Harden, who was alone in the vehicle, was airlifted to Spartanburg Regional Medical Center by Regional 1 for precautionary purposes. Also assisting at the scene was the Lake Lure Fire Department, so we hope Charles Harden is going to be okay from that accident. The Spindale old train depot there in Spindale is coming alive, according to an article in the paper, this time to encourage bicycle safety. Spindale commissioners unanimously approved allowing the Spindale Fire Department to utilize the old depot located near the Rails to Trails to expand the department's push for bike safety at Monday's business meeting. A partnership between the Spindale Fire Department, Spindale Police Department, and Mary Smith of Safe Routes to School and Safe Kids Rutherford County was formed to launch the new bicycle safety program in July. So good for them. Other news this morning from around the area. McDowell County Sheriff's Department investigators are on the hunt for a woman believed to have stolen a bank card and used it to make fraudulent purchases. Karen Wilkerson of Marion filed a report with Marion Police Department on Friday, August the 18th, that someone broke into her vehicle while it was parked at the YMCA and stole her purse. The following day, Saturday, August 19th, Wilkerson told sheriff deputies that someone used her debit card to buy $816 worth of merchandise at Dollar General on NC 126 in Nebo. $816 worth of merchandise at Dollar General. The suspect, a white female with tattoos on her neck, was caught on surveillance video at the store, as was a black male she was with and the car they were driving. They later attempted to use the card at Walmart in Morganton, but it was declined. Anyone with any information pertaining to this is asked to call the McDowell Police Department, or you can contact the local officials, and they will help you get in touch with the right source. Meanwhile, over in Shelby, the Shelby Star is reporting that investigators are unsure how long a woman sat dead in her car before being discovered Wednesday morning. She was discovered in a crashed car at about 9:45 a.m. at South Lafayette Street near John Crawford Road, about a half a mile from the South Carolina state line. Barely visible from the road, the driver of an 18-wheeler spotted the wreckage and called 911. Brittany Pearl Wink, 20 of South Lafayette Street, Shelby, sat behind the wheel of a silver Toyota Camry down a steep ravine. Emergency workers pronounced her dead at the scene. Wink was headed northbound, went off the road, hit several trees, and came to rest down a deep ravine near the Bowens River, according to Trooper C.L. Latham. Latham said he believes Wink had been there for some time, but could not speculate as to how long. She had not been reported missing by her family because it was not uncommon for her to be gone for several days at a time, he said. The family noticed she had not posted anything on social media for several days and contacted the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office, and the cause of that crash is still under investigation. Well, a hearing is scheduled on a legal challenge to the decision to remove a Confederate flag from a South Carolina courtroom. The Herald Rock Hill reports a North Carolina man has demanded that the flag and portraits of Confederate generals go back into the courtroom of the York County Courthouse. Hearing is scheduled for Thursday. Russell Walker of Aberdeen, North Carolina, filed a lawsuit in June against York County Clerk of Court David Hamilton, asking a judge to force Hamilton to return the flag and pictures back to the main courtroom. The lawsuit alleges the South Carolina Heritage Act allows only the legislature to move Confederate items in public buildings. County officials have resisted the call to restore the flag and the portraits and want the case dismissed. Speaking of monuments, you recall the monument that was toppled over in Durham, the Confederate soldier that was pulled down. Well, a heart appeared overnight on top of the remains of that toppled Confederate statue outside the old Durham County Courthouse in downtown Durham. It's not clear who made that heart, who placed it there, or what time it was installed. CBS North Carolina has reached out to Durham officials to get more information on the heart. A surveillance camera nearby is pointing directly at the statue. Moments later, the crowd pulled on the rope. The Confederate statue came down around 7:10 on August 14th when a woman using a ladder climbed the statue of a Confederate soldier, attached the rope and around the statue, and it pulled it down. And Soon after the statue was brought down, the Durham County Sheriff's Office announced that they would pursue charges against those who took part in the destruction of the statue, and a total of 8 people now face charges in connection with the toppling of the statue. Another nearby Confederate statue has caused controversy. He's the Silent Sam statue in North Carolina Chapel Hill's campus, and the beat goes on. But that heart over that monument there is interesting. It looks like it's made of some kind of wire, but it's on top of the toppled Confederate statue stand there in Durham. Maybe they'll get to the bottom of who did that one too. We have upstate soldiers leaving for training. About 60 soldiers will leave the upstate Thursday ahead of their deployment up to Afghanistan with a special goodbye. I think that was yesterday they left. The South Carolina Army National Guard held a departure ceremony for soldiers in Detachment 1, Company B, 38th Aviation, General Support Aviation Battalion on Wednesday, going to Afghanistan to be on guard duty there. They will perform a final flyover to say goodbye around 10 yesterday morning. The aviation unit will train in Texas for a month prior to a year-long deployment in Afghanistan, where they will provide support for the CH-47 Chinook helicopter. So our thoughts and prayers go out to our upstate servicemen. 22 minutes after 8 o'clock, and the Sheriff's Report with Deputy Chapman is forthcoming. Ladies and gentlemen, with the help of Laura Hodge at the Medicine Box of Rutherfordton, you can get all your medicines synchronized. That promotes better compliance. No more trying to remember if you've taken this medicine or not. It takes the pressure off trying to remember what comes next. Ask about the RX Simplicity, or just tell them you want your medicine synchronized. Remember also, Medicine Box of Rutherfordton is the place to get Dr. Comfort therapeutic footwear. You will be able to feel the difference. The Medicine Box of Rutherfordton is the home of the Two Old Goats lotion for joint pain that's working so well for many people in this area. Stop in and ask about it today at Medicine Box of Rutherfordton, right beside the Napa store, Charlotte Road, Rutherfordton. Don't be one of those folks who spend more money on groceries than you need to. I know we all love to eat, love to get good groceries. Well, you can do that at Jay's Discount Grocery and not spend excessively. Everything's discounted over there. Everything. Every item on every shelf, on every aisle, every day is discounted, including their choice cut fresh steaks, roast pork chops, cube steaks, and much, much more. And vegetables, fresh fruits and vegetables are available every Monday, Thursday, and Friday. Today's Friday, so head on over there. Oak Street, Forest City, behind the hospice resale shop, and you'll find Jay's Discount Grocery able and willing to help you save on your grocery buys every time. If you want to call them, it's 382-0457. Now, Deputy Chapman with the Sheriff's Report.
Well, in the past 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office has responded to 115 calls. The Rutherford County Detention Center has processed 10 arrests, and there are currently 187 incarcerated in the jail. On our arrest reports, we have a Devonta Marquise Hill of Forest City charged with failure to appear on a felony 1 count and failure to appear on a misdemeanor 1 count. So he was held under a $30,500 secured bond. Timothy Dwayne Cole of Hopper Road in Forest City is charged with 1 count of failure to appear on a felony and 1 count of failure to appear on a misdemeanor. He was held under a $7,000 secured bond. Timothy Edward Paris on Row Road in Mooresboro, charged with 1 count of failure to appear on a misdemeanor, held under a $500 secured bond. Jimmy Brandon Bumgardner, Rock Road in Rutherfordton, charged with 1 count of second-degree trespass. He was given a $1,000 unsecured bond. Taylor Elizabeth Page, Elms Drive in Forest City, charged with 1 count of failure to appear on a misdemeanor, held under a $500 secured bond. And Thomas Lee Bailey of West Main Street in Forest City, charged with 1 count of violation of court order, and 1 count of assault with a deadly weapon, and 1 count of hit and run. So he was held on a $1,000 secured bond. Also placed under a 48-hour hold for some domestic violence charges. On our incident reports, we have a Glenn Willis Murray, Boston Sunshine Highway, reported an instance of B&E to a motor vehicle and larceny after B&E. taken out of his vehicle. A Daphne Jones, Polk County Line Road in Rutherford, reported an instance of first-degree burglary and felony larceny. So there was some electronics and some jewelry and items stolen from her residence. And Vanderbilt Remarketing reported an instance of felony B&E and larceny after B&E. It's like some construction items were taken from that residence. Now, that's all we got this morning, Jim.
It's really, that's upsetting to me too, because we're fighting for something, and it's just, again, it was poorly handled, and then it got to the heat of the moment, and boys are going to be boys in the heat of the moment. So if you're not going to allow us to protect ourselves, what are you going to allow us to do?
This is NCN Sports.
Are you ready for some football?
The Big Tailgate Tour, driven by Continental Tire, is ready to kick off another season.
Visit BigTailgateTour.com and see when we're at your favorite school this year.
We'll kick off the season next weekend with the Battle of the Carolinas as the NC State Wolfpack travels to Charlotte to take on the South Carolina Gamecocks.
Plan on stopping by to register for a free one-year subscription to the ACC Sports Journal and pick up free koozies and t-shirts from Continental Tire, as well as other items from Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue and Sport Clips.
Continental Tire reminds you to drive with care on your Continental Tires as you head to the game or anywhere this week.
Sometimes the simplest things can make the biggest difference. An extra pair of hands, a smile, or a shoulder. At North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, we feel the same about home and auto coverage, affordable rates, trusted service, and local agents. After all, making one simple difference in your life helps you make a big difference in another's. Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
The team Greenville beat on Wednesday to advance to the U.S. Championship of the Little League World Series is the team they'll play tomorrow for the title. Lufkin, Texas eliminated the New England champion Fairfield American 14-4 last night. It was a play-in game, and it was called in the fifth inning under the 10-run mercy rule. The North State All-Stars surrendered just one hit and struck out 14 when they beat Lufkin 2-1 on Wednesday night. The coach of that team, Bud Maddox, was already thinking past Fairfield and on a rematch with Greenville, who he said is one of the best teams he's played against.
There's no question about it. They've undefeated in the championship, but, you know, it's a double elimination. You lose one, you bounce back, and the final day is winner take all. So I'm looking forward to playing them Saturday.
Greenville will play on Saturday for the championship against Lufkin. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
When it comes to foot and ankle care, not all physicians are the same. While many can treat very simple conditions, only a very few can offer specialized care. For example, when choosing a foot and ankle physician, you'll want to ask if the physician has had more than the minimum level of training when diagnosing and treating your condition. Only very few physicians can say they've done extra research and studies on the complex challenges that foot and ankle care can present. Right here in Rutherford County, there's only one physician who can say he is a fellowship-trained foot and ankle surgeon. Dr. Jason Glover of Rutherford Orthopedics has completed additional training in Ohio and Illinois in order to offer a greater level of expertise in foot and ankle care than any other physician in this region. If you're suffering from foot and ankle pain from an injury or just getting older, call Dr. Jason Glover at 828-287-9260 for more information.
Do you need some extra money in your pocket? Try Insurance Service Associates, your local independent agent. We can shop your auto and home insurance with several companies to get you better coverage and the best rate. Insurance Service Associates at 127 East Trade Street in Forest City for auto, home, or commercial insurance. More choices, better coverage, best rate. That's Insurance Service Associates, 245-5301.
You know, Oakland Feed and Seed, Oakland Road in Spindale, has been part of the family for years. Your granddad, your dad, and now this generation is depending on the great inventory, excellent service, and better pricing. Listen to some of these items we need probably right about now. 10-10-10 fertilizer, $9.50 a bag. Dog food, fire and ant killer in spray and granular. Flea and tick prevention. Carpenter bee traps, weed killer, and so much more. Go see Scott and his team today at 770 Oakland Road, Spindale, and keep the family tradition going.
The reality is I can only be a race car driver for so long.
Which is why Keselowski would like to be a Cup owner.
If we achieve the goals that I have, I'll have the opportunity to make that decision myself.
And
as long as Tad will have me, we'll be driving here.
My life couldn't be much better. I've never really been in a better place.
Mark Garrow and PRN's Garage Pass.
Have you written a book and want to get it published? Then call Page Publishing ASAP. We're looking for authors of all types of books. And unlike most publishers, Page Publishing will take the time to review each and every book submitted to us. And we'll give you our feedback. And if we like what we read, we will get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, the Apple iTunes Store, Barnes & Noble, and other outlets. We handle everything: editing, cover design, copyright protection, printing, publicity, and distribution. So if you've written a novel, children's book, cookbook, inspirational work, poetry, or a biography and want to get it published, call Page Publishing now for your free author submission kit. Your road to fame and fortune could very well start with this simple phone call.
800-296-1294. 800-296-1294. 800-296-1294. Once again, that's 800-296-1294.
to be successful in NASCAR's Top 3 Series, especially in Monster Energy Cup, owners have to have deep pockets, with guys like Roger Penske and Rick Hendrick pouring in millions of their own to keep their teams competitive. Well, Brad Keselowski dreams of joining their ranks one day, which is why starting in 2018, he'll take the 7 figures a year he was putting into his truck team and invest it in money makers.
You know, it's a little bit of a counteroffensive. If you look at all the business owners at this level, and really all 3 of these levels, they have a sustainable, profitable business outside of motorsports, and that's going to remain the key for any owner to have success. The reality is I can only be a race car driver for so long. When that time comes up, my business would have had to shut down because I don't have a profit center. So having that profit center is what helps you get through the ebbs and flows that every race team has. I need to have one of those profit centers, and that doesn't mean that I'll be a Cup owner one day, but that means that when the time is right, if we achieve the goals that I have, I'll have the opportunity to make that decision myself and not have it made for me.
After winning the Xfinity Series championship for Roush Fenway Racing in 2015, Chris Buescher has technically been on loan when he drove Cup for Front Row Motorsports last season and this year with JTG Doherty Racing. But after signing a new multi-year contract with owner Tad Geschechter, that is no longer the case.
That's a pretty excellent feeling to know that we have something in place going forward to be able to come back each and every season and start from where we left off.
And the Cup crew chief for Daniel Suarez, Scott Graves, has been fined $10,000 for loose lug nuts at Bristol.
You wash the outside, clean the inside, and make sure maintenance is up to date. Pamper your car's engine and fuel system by adding Z-Max Micro Lubricant. Using the fluids as a carrier to reach internal parts, Z-Max literally soaks into metal, dispersing harmful carbon buildup. This helps improve performance, extend engine life, and reduce emissions. Get Z-Max today at zmax.com or your local auto parts store.
He hasn't won in over a year and is not locked into the playoffs. So Matt Kenseth was asked, why are you so happy?
I mean, I don't really have anything to be unhappy about. I mean, I shouldn't say it, just knock on wood, because things can turn on a dime, but my life couldn't be much better. I've never really been in a better place. I don't think I've ever been happier. There's more life than racing.
Mark Garrow and PRN's Garage Pass, brought to you by Z-Max. Performance you can feel.
Friday Funny is coming up here in just a few minutes on WCAB's morning show. It's 8:34 right now, and I've got to remind you that the Southern Women's Show starts today, runs today, Saturday, and Sunday at the Charlotte Convention Center, 10 o'clock until 7 o'clock today, Saturday 10 until 7, and Sunday 10 till 5. And I've got 4 tickets right here in my hand I'd like to give to you if you can go. If you'd like to claim these tickets, come by, pick them up, and use them either today, tomorrow, or Sunday. It'll be caller number 5. Caller number 5, 287-3356. And I've got 4 tickets I'd love to give to you. Just be caller number 5 at 287-3356. And the tickets are good for today or tomorrow or Sunday at the Southern Women's Show. A lot of shopping, food, a lot of fashion, a lot of health, a lot of beauty aids, and a lot of fun. Well, ladies enjoy it. Sometimes the guys do too. Enjoy this. So if you'd like to go, be caller number 5. When you're looking for a new bike, don't settle for second best. And that's precisely why you want a Honda. And the best place to get your off-road bike, your street bike, four-wheelers, dirt bike, or your new all-terrain vehicles, they got it all. It's E&H Honda in Alexander Mills. The Honda quality and style has been the big seller over these many years. The name E&H Honda has been the place to go for over 25 years because people expect the best from them. For personal hometown service and experience, stop by 122 Blanton Circle, Alexander Mills, Forest City. That's E&H Honda.
Friday's finally here, and the weather looks pretty good for the upcoming weekend. We'll have partly sunny skies today. It'll be warm with highs in the lower to middle 80s. A couple of spotty sprinkles will be possible today. Overnight tonight, partly cloudy and mild. Low temperatures tonight get down into the lower to middle 60s, and then partly cloudy to mostly sunny on Saturday. It will be another warm day with high temperatures in the low to mid 80s. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
It's a gorgeous day here in the foothills. Right now we are at 66 degrees under sunny skies, warming up to about 82. Humidity is lower today. Now looking at Sunday's weather, partly cloudy, highs around 81, dropping back to 69 Sunday, 63 Sunday night, back up to 79 on Monday, and partly cloudy skies. Yeah, right now 66 degrees at WCAB. Congratulations to William Ormsby. He won the tickets this morning to the Southern Women's Show. 4 tickets. William, be yours if you'll stop by here and pick those up and use them today, tomorrow, or Sunday. Well, as I promised you, is Friday Funnies here on WCB. I like to take a little break once in a while from all the heavy stuff and all the comments and heavy news programs and do something funny to sort of brighten up your weekend a little bit. So we got several good things lined up for you I think you'll enjoy.
Hello, everyone. This is your Action News reporter with all the news that is news across the nation. On the scene at the supermarket. There seems to have been some disturbance here. Pardon me, sir. Did you see what happened?
Yeah, I did. I was just standing over there by the tomatoes, and here he come, running through the pole beans, through the fruits and veggies, naked as a jaybird. Ethel's over there in the jams, jellies, preserves, and pickles. I hollered over there. I said, "Don't look, Ethel!" She dropped a whole jar of kumquats and fell back into the sweet midget cider. Had us too late, she'd done been incensed.
Here he comes.
Boogie dad, boogie dad.
There he goes.
Boogie dad, boogie dad.
And he ain't wearing no clothes.
Oh, yes, they call him the street.
Boogie dad, boogie dad.
Fastest thing on 2 feet.
Boogie dad, boogie dad.
He's just as proud as he can be of his anatomy. He gon' give us a beat. Oh, yes, they call him the street. Like to show off his physique. If there's an audience to be found, he'll be streaking it round, inviting public critique.
Hello once again, everyone. Your Action News reporter on the scene at the gas station. There seemed to have been some disturbance here. Pardon me, sir. Did you see what happened?
Yeah, I did. I was just in here trying to get some air in my car there, and he just appeared out of the traffic. Come streaking around the grease right there, didn't have nothing on but a smile. Ethel's in there getting her a cold drink. I hollered in there, I said, "Don't look, Ethel!" Too late, she done been moved. Flashed her right there in front of the shock absorbers.
He ain't blue.
Boogie dad, boogie dad.
He ain't blue.
A boogie dad, boogie dad.
He's just in the mood to ride in the nude.
Well, yes, they call him the street. Like to turn the other cheek. He's always making the news, wearing just his tennis shoes. Guess you could call him unique.
Hello once again, everyone. Your Action News reporter in the booth at the gym, covering the disturbance at the basketball playoff. Pardon me, sir. Did you see what happened?
Yeah, I did. It's halftime. I was just going down there to get Ethel a snow cone. Here he comes, right out of the cheap seats. Right down the middle of the court there, didn't have nothing on but his high-top Reeboks. He was dribbling, made a jump shot, got out through the concession. I hollered up at Ethel, I said, "Don't look, Ethel!" Too late, she done got a free shot. Grandstanded her right there in front of the home team. Oh, yes, they call him the street. Whoa, here he comes again. Fastest thing on who's that with? Ethel? Is that you, Ethel? Proud. Where do you think you're going? Of his anatomy. You get your clothes on.
big song for Ray Stevens many years ago. We got some more fundies coming up. 4 more tickets I'd like to give away, though. This show is today, tomorrow, and Saturday, the Southern Women's Show. If you would like to go, William Ornby won the tickets a while ago, so we'll do this again. We'll do caller number 5 again, Todd. Caller number 5 for the Southern Women's Show tickets in Charlotte today, tomorrow, or Sunday. If you can pick those up, you can go and enjoy that if you'll be caller number 5. Now, here is one that goes back a long ways, but I think many of you will recognize and probably hadn't heard it a long time.
It was back last October, I believe it was. We was going to hold a tent service off at this college town, and we got there about dinner time on Saturday. And different ones of us thought that we ought to get us a mouthful to eat before that we set up the tent. And so we got off of the truck and followed this little bunch of people through this small little bitty patch of woods there. And we come up on a big sign. It says, "Get something to eat here." And I went up and got me 2 hot dogs and a big orange drink. And before that I could take every mouthful of that food, this whole raft of people come up around me and got me to where I couldn't eat nothing, and I dropped my big orange drink. I did. Well, friends, they commenced to move, and they want so much that I could do but move with them. Well, we commenced to go through all kinds of doors and gates, and I don't know what all, and I looked up over one of them, and it says North Gate. And we kept on going through there, and pretty soon we come up on a young boy, and he says, "Ticket, please." And I says, "Friend, I don't have a ticket. I don't even know where it is that I'm going." I did. Well, he says, "Come out as quick as you can." And I says, "I'll do her. I'll turn right around the first chance I get." Well, we kept on moving through there, and pretty soon everybody got where it was that they was a-going, because they parted and I could see pretty good. I could. And what I seen was this whole raft of people a-setting on these 2 banks and a-looking at one another across this pretty little green cow pasture. Well, they was. And somebody had took and drove white lines all over it and drove posties in it, and I don't know what all. And I looked down there, and I seen 5 or 6 convicts a-running up and down and a-blowing whistles. They was. And then I looked down there, and I seen these pretty girls a-wearing these little bitty short dresses and a-dancing around. And so I sat down and thought I'd see what it was that was going to happen. I did. And about the time I got set down good, I looked down there, and I seen 30 or 40 men come running out of one end of a great big outhouse down there. They did. And everybody where I was a-setting got up and hollered. And about that time, 30 or 40 come running out of the other end of that outhouse, and the other bank full, they got up and hollered. And I asked this fellow that was sitting beside of me, I says, "Friend, what is it that they're hollering for?" Well, he whopped me on the back and he says, "Buddy, have a drink." Well, I says, "I believe I will have another big orange." And I got it and sat back down. And when I got down there again, I seen that them men had got in 2 little bitty bunches down there. They had rail close together. And they voted. They did. They voted and elected 1 man apiece. And them 2 men come out in the middle of that cow pasture and shook hands like they hadn't seen one another in a long time. And then a convict come over to where they was a-standing, and he took out a quarter, and they come insta odd man right there. They did. Well, after a while, I seen what it was that there's odd manning for. It was that both bunches full of them men wanted this funny-looking little pumpkin to play with. They did, and I know, friends, that they couldn't eat it because they kicked it the whole evening and it never busted. But anyhow, what I was a-telling was that both bunches full wanted that thing. And one bunch got it, and it made the other bunch just as mad as they could be. And friends, I seen that evening the awfulest fight that I have ever seen in my life. I did. They would run at one another and kick one another and throw one another down and stomp on one another and grind their feet in one another and I don't know what all. And just as fast as one of them would get hurt, they'd tote him off and run another on. Well, they'd done that as long as I sat there. But pretty soon, this boy that had said, "Ticket, please," he come up to me and he says, "Friends, you're going to have to leave because it is that you don't have a ticket." And I says, "Well, all right." And I got up and left. And I don't know, friends, to this day what it was that there's a doing down there, but I have studied about it. And I think that it's some kindly of a contest where they see which bunchful of them men can take that pumpkin and run from one end of that cow pasture to the other without either getting knocked down or stepping in something.
With Randy Griffith, that sort of skyrocketed him on to fame with that great comedy routine. What it was football. And speaking of football, we have a Friday night game tonight with Cherryville at Chase. 6:45 countdown to kickoff, 7:30 kickoff with Jay Coombs and Cliff Palmera right here on WCAB. We'll be back with more Friday Funnies right after this.
If you're like me, sometimes buying clothes off the rack is not an option, but I've learned the secret to dressing stylishly and shopping locally. Andrea's Plus Size Clothing. She's got dresses, pants, jeans, skirts, blouses, leggings, Pilates pants, undergarments, camis in sizes 1X to 5X. And I can accessorize with stylish jewelry, scarves, and handbags. If you can't find what you want at Andrea's, she can order it for you. She's open Monday through Friday, 1 to 7, Saturdays 10 to 5, and closed on Wednesday. Andrea's Plus Size Clothing on East Main Street in Spindale, right beside the Asian Wok restaurant.
The Arledge Law Firm and attorneys Gerald N. Willis, Kent Baldwin, and Martin Sherrard offer years of experience and expertise to provide a wide range of legal services, from real estate closings, Medicaid planning, asset protection, and probate, to litigation of any description. Call 287-3338 for a consultation, or visit them at 120 East Court Street in Rutherfordton. Gerald, Kent, Martin, and their staff stand ready to go to work for you.
Dr. Josh Edgerton is the newest addition to Rutherford Surgical Associates. Dr. Edgerton is highly trained in performing laparoscopies, endoscopies, reflux surgeries, vein closure, and other surgeries. Rutherford Surgical Associates is located at 330 Highway 108, just around the corner from Rutherford Regional Medical Center. For more information about Rutherford Surgical Associates and Dr. Edgerton, call 828-286-1743 or visit myrutherfordregional.com/general surgery.
Hi, this is Rhonda with Smith's Drugs of Forest City. I have recently moved over to Home Medical Supply after 8 years of service in the Fountain. I now can help you with your diabetic shoe needs, mastectomy products, and all other home medical supplies. Please call or come by and see me at 139 East Main Street in Forest City or call area code 828-245-4591. Thank you.
You ever wonder what foreigners think of this country when they first come to it? You know, you can be in one part of this country and just go to another part of this country and feel like a total foreigner. It's almost a whole different language. I was doing a fishing show back in the spring up in Clemson. Folks was calling in from all over the country, and we was talking about fishing. I was talking about crappie fishing up on Lake Lanier, and a fella from Indiana called up and talked to me. He said that it ain't crappie, it's crappie. He said the proper word is crappie, not crappie. I said, well, in crabapple it's crappie. He said, well, it is crappie, sir. I said, let me tell you something. I said, as much rain as we had this spring and as muddy as the water was and all that wind stayed cold, I said, about all the fishing we done was crappie.
Well, when I was a kid, I'd take a trip every summer down to Mississippi, visit my granny and her antebellum world. all day long, climbing trees, free as song. One day, I happened to catch myself a squirrel. Well, I stuffed him down in an old shoebox and punched a couple holes in the top. When Sunday came, I snuck him into church. I was sitting way back in the very last pew, showing him to my good buddy Hugh. When that squirrel got loose, went totally berserk. What happened next is hard to tell. Some thought it was heaven, others thought it was hell. But the fact that something was among us was plain to see. As the choir sang, I surrender all, the squirrel ran up hard, Newland's coveralls. Hard leaped to his feet, said, something's got a hold on me. Yeah! The day the squirrel went berserk in the First Self-Righteous Church in that sleepy little town of Pascagoula. It was a fight for survival that broke out in revival. They were jumping pews and shouting, hallelujah. Well, Harvey dialed, dancing and screaming. Some thought he had religion, others thought he had a demon. And Harv thought he had a weed eater loose in his fruit of the looms. He fell to his knees to plead and beg, and that squirrel ran out of his breeches leg unobserved to the other side of the room. All the way down to the amen pew where sat Sister Bertha Better Than You, who'd been watching all the commotion with sadistic glee. Should have seen that look in her eyes when that squirrel jumped her garters and crossed her thighs. She jumped to her feet and said, Lord, have mercy on me. As that squirrel made laps inside her dress, she began to cry, then to confess the sins and make a sailor blush with shame. She told of gossip and church dissension, but the thing that got the most attention is when she talked about her love life. And then she started naming names the day the squirrel went berserk in the First Self-Righteous Church in that sleepy little town of Pascagoula. It was a fight for survival that broke out in revival. They were jumping pews and shouting, hallelujah. 7 deacons and the pastor got saved, and $25,000 was raised, and 50 volunteered for missions in the Congo on the spot. And even without an invitation, there were at least 500 rededications. We all got rebaptized whether we needed it or not. Now you've heard the Bible story, I guess, how he parted the waters for Moses to pass over the miracles God has wrought in this old world. But the one I'll remember till my dying day is how he put that church back on the narrow way with a half-crazed Mississippi squirrel. The day the squirrel went berserk in the First Self-Righteous Church in that sleepy little town of Pascagoula. It was a fight for survival that broke out in revival. They were jumping pews and shouting, hallelujah. The day the squirrel went berserk in the First Self-Righteous Church in that sleepy little town of Pascagoula.
That's Ray Stevens, of course, and we've had a little fun this morning. I hope you have. We'll do Fridays Funnies again some other Friday soon. Have a wonderful weekend, folks. Put a little smile on your face and put a little smile on someone else's face. So long, everybody.
News. I'm Mike Rayleigh. Hurricane Harvey continues to intensify as it moves toward the Texas coast. It's been upgraded to a Category 2 hurricane. It could make landfall late today as a Category 3. Meteorologist Megan Glaros has more.
fed by Gulf moisture and heat, and then it just sits. So in addition to the storm surge, in addition to the issue with intense hurricane force winds, we now add to this days upon days of rain. So we're looking at rainfall totals which could be in excess of 3 feet in some areas.